Yes.
Okay, I don't know where you want to start. The Secret Service, they're going to find those texts. Aren't they?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, they're.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't we learn like
Zoe
10 years
Lofgren.
ago?
Zoe Lofgren said that last night. She's like, "Oh yes, we will get them." Right? I mean,
Well, the question I have is, I thought 10 years ago we learned that the NSA hoovers up all of that information and stores it until they need to get a warrant in order to look at that information. So where is the NSA? Wouldn't the NSA have copies of these texts? I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Right.
Also, don't like AT&T and Verizon and all the mobile carriers have servers along the way where these text messages might be stored or captured somehow?
As usual, there's other crimes on top of crimes, because this would be illegal in itself, the destruction of evidence. So now if they find it and it's as incriminating as we think it's going to be, oh my God, here we go again. No wonder they can't. There was just an article, right, Travis, about how this is now going to be like a, season finale and not a series ender tomorrow, because there keeps being new, like, as we say, a fire hose of witnesses and evidence that keeps coming out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's I'm feeling pretty hopeful about prosecutions at this point. And I guess we're not supposed to feel hopeful about prosecutions and the prospects coming from the DOJ. But I'm not hindered necessarily by this memo that was leaked this week. I'm not overly concerned about it.
Yeah, we had Barb McQuaid yesterday, and she wasn't either. And I know, we quoted AG from Mueller. She wrote that that's not the thing that bothers me. I mean, I would assume if they're going to prosecute Trump, they're going to have to, run it by Merrick Garland. I mean, that doesn't seem to me to be as
well.
Big
also,
a,
I think we're 107 days out from the midterms.
Yeah.
This moratorium on launching any investigations against political candidates or political incumbents, that's only within the last 60 days. So there's actually 40 days. If they haven't started an investigation against Donald Trump, which is entirely possible that they have, we still have another 40 days in which to do that.
Yeah.
And then they would go dark for a matter of time until the election, and they would pick up where they left off or launch something at that point. So, if they're investigating Donald Trump or they're in the process of getting ready to prosecute him, then that's probably already underway, which means that memo is entirely irrelevant.
It's pretty significant that Lisa Monaco just came out and said him announcing what run would not stop any prosecution. So I don't know what, how much clearer they can be.
Yeah.
And
Well,
also,
I mean,
he won't stop.
It
He won't stop criming. So he just called Wisconsin. Yesterday, a few days ago, to ask them to overturn the election there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the investigation had started already, if it's already underway, it doesn't matter what the memo said, because the memo says also, I guess this does matter. The memo said that if an investigation is underway, then they're going to continue the investigation. They can't just, what they're concerned about is starting one and having that get out within 60 days of the midterms.
I would assume the raids of Eastman and Clark mean the investigation has begun up the chain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been hearing about for weeks now a grand jury impaneled in D.C. that's looking at some of the higher ups. I know that Peter Navarro recently was subpoenaed for information pertaining to contacts with Donald Trump himself. So I understand the urgency, and I'm right there with everyone as far as we got to get Trump on this. We got to make sure that he's held accountable for all of this, not just January 6th, but a lot of things that happened before then.
Yeah.
At the same time, I mean, I understand that desire to make sure justice is served, but at the same time, you got to make sure that we're not, in pursuit of that we're not ignoring any facts that are, staring at us in the face that we know about, that we know that there is an investigation underway there with this grand jury, and that it's probably entailing a lot of information regarding Donald Trump, if not Donald Trump himself.
Yeah. Speaking of Navarro, we were saying yesterday, don't you love that even the craziest of the crazy town, in the crazy town meeting, Navarro and Giuliani, that like all the stuff that happened for, right? Like, oh, yes, Italian satellites, Hugo Chavez. Yes, absolutely. Yes. And then when they got to military seizing the machines, they both were like, no, like that's
too far.
No, we're going to go to jail. Like that just, it'd be like the crazy was turned out to 11. And then they were like, oh no, that's crazy.